Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with chapter 5, that is towards green energy. Energy, we know, is the capacity to do work. We are familiar with two types of energies, that is the kinetic energy and the potential energy. We also know that energy is existing in various forms like heat energy, light energy, chemical energy, nuclear energy, mechanical energy, sound energy, and various other forms. So these are the various forms in which energy can exist. In this lesson, we are going to see how electrical energy is generated. The principle behind the generation of electrical energy is already studied by us in Science 1 lesson, that is electrical energy. There we studied how an electric generator works. Electrical energy is a very versatile form of energy. It can be converted into various forms of energy, as I told you earlier. It is produced at a place very far away from our home, but it can be transmitted to great distances with negligible loss in energy. So electrical energy, how it is generated, is what we are going to study here. We are also going to study about the various scientific principles that are involved in the generation of electrical energy. We know that electrical energy can be generated using water or coal, nuclear material, solar power, etc. So what are the various methods that are involved in them? What are the various scientific principles that are used? And what are the advantages and disadvantages associated with them is what we are going to study in this lesson. We are also going to study about green energy. Green energy refers to the production of energy in such a way that it does not cause harm to the environment, does not cause pollution in the environment, and that is eco-friendly. So we will even talk about green energy here. In modern civilization, energy has become a primary need along with food, clothing, and shelter. So we cannot imagine our lives without electrical energy. Even if there is a shutdown for a few hours, a lot of work of ours comes to stand still. There are places which require continuous supply of electrical energy like industries, hospitals, and so they have got generally a backup mechanism in the form of a generator. So electrical energy is an inevitable part of our lives. We need energy in different forms for diverse types of work. We know that electrical energy can be converted into various forms of energy. They have been listed here: mechanical, chemical, sound, light, heat, etc. So we require all these different forms of energy. And we know that electrical energy can be converted into all these forms of energy. For example, in an electric heater, electrical energy is converted to heat energy and we can get hot water or we can iron our clothes. In a loudspeaker, electrical energy is converted into sound energy. In a bulb, we find that electrical energy is converted to heat and light energy. So electrical energy can be converted into various forms of energy. Energy can be converted from one form to another. So all these were examples of energy that can be converted from one form to another. So let us begin with the first topic of the lesson, that is generation of electrical energy. Generation of electrical energy. So as we have studied that electric power plants are based on the principle of electromagnetic induction. And according to the principle of electromagnetic induction, the magnetic field around a conductor, if it is changing constantly, potential difference is generated across the conductor. Now here this has been shown in the form of a diagrammatic representation. Here you have a magnet, and this is the magnetic field that they have shown with respect to the magnet. Here you have a coil. The voltmeter has been shown, which will tell us about the potential difference which is going to be generated. And due to the potential difference that is generated, electric current will flow. Now for the production of electrical energy, we know that either the conductor, that is the coil, should constantly move. In that case, the magnets will be stationary. Or if the magnets are moving, the coil will remain stationary. So either of the two have to constantly keep moving so as to produce a changing magnetic field. If a conductor is stationary and the magnet is rotating, the field around the conductor changes. Or if the magnet is stationary but the conductor is moving, then also the field around the conductor will change. So here we have a turbine, which is a steam turbine, and here you can see high velocity steam is made to directly fall onto the blades of the turbine from a nozzle. So from the nozzle, the steam is coming and it is directly falling onto the blades of the turbine. Now this steam has got kinetic energy, and on account of this, the turbine starts rotating. Now here you can see one more part of the turbine, that is a shaft. With the help of the shaft, the turbine is directly connected to the coil or to the magnets. Either of the two, if they start rotating along with the shaft, the magnetic field that will be produced will be a changing magnetic field. Because the coil will cut the magnetic lines of force, and when the magnetic lines of force are cut, it induces an EMF or electromotive force, or in simple terms, potential difference. Due to this potential difference, current starts flowing through the coil. The current that will be produced here will be of alternating nature. Here the graph for alternating current has been shown to you. So the current that will be generated here will be alternating current. Instead of steam, we can even use a liquid like water to rotate the turbines. And here we will find that mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy. So this is how electrical energy is going to be generated, and it is based on the principle of electromagnetic induction. Flowchart showing generation of electrical energy. So here we have a flowchart which tells us about the various steps that are involved in the production of electrical energy. The very first one, or the first step, is proper energy source to run turbine. So we need a source to run the turbine. Here we had seen that we had steam that was used to rotate the turbine. Steam from this nozzle is made to fall onto the blades with tremendous velocity, and because the steam has kinetic energy, it has the capacity to do work, and so it can set the turbine into motion, and mechanical energy can be converted into electrical energy. So as soon as the turbine starts rotating, with the help of shaft, it is connected to the coil or the magnet, and they also start rotating. So the turbine in turn will activate the generator. When the generator starts rotating, it produces a changing magnetic field, and it gives rise to an EMF or potential difference, thereby causing the flow of alternating current. or it results in the formation of electrical energy to be generated. So the first thing that we need is a proper energy source to run the turbine. This activates the turbine. The turbine in turn activates the generator, and the generator gives rise to electrical energy. Now, based on the type of energy source that is being used to rotate the turbine, there can be different types of power generating stations. So we can have various types of power generating stations depending upon the type of energy source that we are using to activate the turbines or rotate the turbines. For example, at a thermal power plant, we make use of coal, and this coal is used to heat water, which on turning into steam is used to drive the turbines. So that is done at a thermal power plant. Second example, a hydroelectric power plant makes use of water. Water is made to fall from a height onto the turbines so as to rotate them. So depending upon the energy source, there may be various types of power generating stations. Even the design of the turbine that is used in different power stations is different. So here we have seen a steam turbine. Similarly, we can have a water turbine where water is used as a source of energy. So I hope you have understood this. That is the steps that are involved in the production of electrical energy and how mechanical energy is used to generate electrical energy.